What if I told you there exists a place on Earth so silent that it can slowly break the human mind? A place where sound doesn't just disappear but reality itself begins to feel unstable. This is the quietest room ever built, designed to absorb almost every sound until nothing is left except your own body. The moment you step inside, it feels normal at first, almost peaceful, but within seconds your brain starts noticing things it was never meant to hear. Your heartbeat becomes heavy. Your breathing echoes strangely inside your head. Even the smallest movement of your body feels amplified. As time passes, the silence doesn't stay calm, it starts to feel alive, pressing against your ears and making you hyper-aware of everything inside you. Then something even stranger begins to happen. Your brain, deprived of external sound, starts creating its own faint whispers, imaginary tones, noises that feel real but don't exist. This is where people begin to lose balance because without sound your brain loses its sense of space. It cannot judge distance properly, so standing still feels unstable and walking feels disconnected from reality. The longer you stay, the more disturbing it becomes because silence is not empty to the brain, it is confusing. Confusion turns into discomfort, and discomfort slowly turns into panic, not because something is wrong outside, but because nothing exists outside at all. In that emptiness your thoughts become louder than any sound you have ever heard. Memories surface without control. Your awareness of your own body becomes overwhelming. Even your heartbeat starts to feel like it is echoing through your entire existence. No one has ever managed to stay inside for more than a short time, not because they are forced out, but because their mind cannot tolerate the absence of noise. What is even more shocking is that this room was never built for fear. It was created for scientific testing of sound and acoustics, but what researchers discovered instead was something far deeper about human psychology. Silence is not naturally peaceful for us. It is unfamiliar, and anything unfamiliar triggers the brain's survival instincts, forcing it to fill the gap with imagination and even fear. Inside this room, reality feels like it is bending because your brain is trying to rebuild a world that no longer exists. When people leave, they often describe a strange aftereffect, as if their senses take time to return to normal, like their mind had been temporarily disconnected from reality and needed time to reboot. This leads to a terrifying question. If just a few minutes of absolute silence can affect perception so strongly, what would happen if a person stayed longer, hours or even days, completely cut off from sound? Would the brain adapt and find peace, or would it begin to collapse under its own awareness? The truth is humans are not built for complete silence. We depend on sound more than we realize because it anchors us to reality, tells us where we are, and keeps our minds stable. Without it, the brain starts to drift into uncertainty, and maybe that is why absolute silence feels so unnatural. Because deep down, silence is not nothing. It is everything your mind creates when the world disappears. And that is what makes this place not just quiet, but deeply unsettling in a way most people never expect until they experience it themselves.